All right, so y'all, sorry about that. We just had to close out our YouTube because there's something wrong with the sound. Uh, I'm about to see if I can go live from my YouTube and see if that'll work.
But in any case, we'll repost it on YouTube after the lesson. We got our backup camera.
Yeah.
And we're gonna repost it after we finish the lesson. We'll repost this on YouTube as well. Sorry about that.
All right, so y'all, like I was saying, we you see the title of the lesson is let the overseers examine themselves, the examples of Saul, or the example of Saul, part 2, when thou was small in thy own eyes. And like I say, the biggest thing we're gonna focus on is pride. Another thing that we've been seeing is other overseers overlooking and not establishing sound judgment amongst the people.
Right.
We're gonna look at other behaviors that unrighteous overseers exemplify or show. Because see, Saul could have been the benchmark or the example for the rest of the kings of Israel. Mm-hmm. The Most High told him, if you obey, your kingdom would last forever. But he didn't obey. Matter of fact, he left him, what, the second year of his reign?
Yep, sure did.
That's another thing that we as overseers need to examine, because you don't want to be doing this work or in this walk 10, 20, 40 years doing this work, but secretly in a state of rebellion, and the Most High ain't dealing with you, and you be a castaway in the end.
Right.
Because see, a overseer has to oversee himself first. Let's go to Sirach 37. Let's get into this.
Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 37. What verse I'm going to?
Verse 19.
We start at 19?
Yeah.
Sirach 37, verse 19, and I read. There is one that is wise and teaches many.
So there is one that is wise and teaches many. Yeah, your teacher might be wise. He may teach many.
Right.
But go ahead.
And yet is unprofitable to himself.
Why, how can a man be wise and teach many, yet he's unprofitable to himself? Because he don't take his own advice.
Right.
He don't practice what he preaches.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He's a hypocrite.
Right.
He's ready to point out everybody else sin and throw rocks at everybody else's head but his own.
Mm.
It says there is one that is wise, but he's not wise enough to teach himself.
Right.
Let's go to the next place. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27. There is one that is wise and teaches many, but yet he's unprofitable to himself. A lot of you Negroes think because you a leader, because you still hold your position in spite of all your wickedness, that you getting away, and you not.
No. Recompense is coming.
Like, think about that. This man reigned for 40 years, and the Most High left him in the second year. What they tell you that your end can be final, just not immediate.
There you go, bro.
Your end can be final, but not immediate.
That's it.
So don't get carried away in your wickedness, and don't get carried away in your pride.
That's it, brother.
As an overseer.
Right, brother.
1 Corinthians 9 and 27. Go ahead.
But if I keep under my body and bring it to subjection.
You see that? Paul talking about discipline. One of the qualifications of a bishop, an overseer. He said, but if I keep my body and bring it under subjection, go ahead.
Lest that by any means, when I have preached unto others, I myself should be a castaway.
I myself should be a castaway.
Same thing.
After I preach to others.
Right.
You see that? There's one that wise and teaches many, but he's still unprofitable to himself.
Teach it, brother. Bring it out.
So like I said, just make sure you ain't been in this walk 20, 40 years. You see what I'm saying? But still secretly whoremongering.
Right.
Lusting, lying, extorting, tale-bearing, backbiting, evil eye, jealousy, greed. Huh? Because we gonna see King Saul was the same way.
Yeah.
King Saul was the same way. And as followers, what should you be looking for in these leaders? Is when he makes a mistake, is he a man that learned from his mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Or does he continue in his wickedness and bind sin upon sin?
Mm.
And if it's the latter, you got a choice to make. You got a choice to make. Sitting there, because the scripture tell you, be careful what you listening to, what you taking in.
Right. Right.
All right. So Saul, he started off humble, started off meek. You see what I'm saying? Then he had what? He folded under pressure.
Right.
Panic. Impulsive.
Fear.
Fearful. All right, that's that sudden fear that the Most High hate.
Right.
Something happened and Negro just
get all discombobulated.
He hates sudden fear. That's in a constant state of panic and anxiety and depression and fearfulness. All right. So now let's go back to 1 Timothy where we started off in the first lesson.
All right.
Let's go back to 1 Timothy.
Sinning and grinning. Sinning
and grinning. Let's show what they doing.
Yeah.
Instead of being sorrowful, they sinning and grinning.
But the recompense is coming.
You know it.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, and I read. This is a true saying.
Yeah.
If a man desire the office of a bishop,
yeah,
he desires a good work.
See, if a man desire the office of a bishop, that's a good work. Bishop means overseer or teacher. Go ahead.
A bishop then must be blameless.
That's the first thing. The first thing.
No, but it's age, ain't it?
No, that ain't say nothing about no age.
Okay, I was just checking, make sure my Bible says the same thing.
That say blameless. A bishop or a teacher must be blameless. Blameless is going into your track record of behavior. Your current, is it any current faults on this man's jacket?
Must be above reproach.
That's right. Blameless. That's the first thing. Go ahead.
Must be blameless. The husband of one wife. Vigilant.
So he got to be watchful. Go ahead.
Sober.
Yes, right.
Of good behavior. Given to hospitality.
Yeah.
Apt to teach.
Apt to teach. Go ahead.
Not given to wine.
Right.
No striker. Not greedy of filthy lucre. But patient.
A lot of us lack that one. Go ahead.
Not a brawler. Not covetous.
Go ahead.
One that ruleth well his own house.
You see that? One that ruleth well his own house. That's a qualification of a teacher. The people have to see that you rule in your house before they know you can rule over them.
Exactly.
They need to see that. They don't need to see you getting up on the Shabbat downplaying the marriage covenant, one of the most sacred covenants to the Most High.
Other than your relationship with him, it is the most sacred covenant.
That's right. It started off with a wedding.
Yes, sir.
He walked Eve down the aisle to Adam.
And gonna end with a wedding.
That's right. And gonna end with a wedding. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. One that ruled his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
That's right.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High God?
So if you can't rule your own house, how you gonna rule the church? And you want me to tell you why you not gonna be able to rule? Because they see you can't rule your own house.
Right.
So it's just gonna carry over into the church.
And everybody you come in contact with.
That's right. That was that verse 6. That was the end of verse 6.
No, I gotta read 6.
Go ahead.
Not a novice. Lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into condemnation of the devil.
See, when you put a novice in a position too fast, he get puffed up.
Yep.
And then he said, unless he fall into the condemnation of the devil, his condemnation came because of pride.
That's it, bro. That's it.
And see, a lot of times that's usually what happens. A lot of these brothers come up in these camps where it's already a pattern established.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you have to be a certain way to be a teacher in a lot of these camps. And a lot of these brothers are novices being put up in positions way too quickly before they even ready.
Mm-hmm.
And you see they get puffed up, then they start sliding their own doctrine in.
Right.
Sliding their camp doctrine in.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They gonna fall into the condemnation of the devil. And a lot of these Negroes might not be novices, just been around a long time and then just got too puffed up in their pride.
Long run, short run.
You gonna get got. And you taking after Hashatan or Satan. Because who tempt him to sin if he's the tempter?
Exactly.
So what rose up in Satan?
Pride. Bro.
That pride. Remember when you were small in your own eyes? That's what Samuel told Saul. Remember your humble beginnings. Remember when you first came into the walk, how you was as a little child.
Your first love.
That's right. Get back. A lot of us as overseers need to get back what it said in the Revelation. Like my brother Akshaul, shout out to him. We talked and he said, man, a lot of these brothers need to get back, like it said in Revelation, to the first works.
That's right, bro.
You done got too caught up in all the glitz and the glamour and the position and the, the pats on the back. Man, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That was it on that?
That was it on that, brother. If you want me to read that 7.
Now let's go to James chapter 3.
All right.
And read that one verse. Because we just read, that's a man desires a good thing, but know what all this entails. It's going to entail you going against what society thinks you should have to do, and usually it's going to be you against the world, it seems like, all the time. Because a true overseer is going to do what's right, not for himself only, but for the people.
Come on, bro.
And this is the tripped out part about this being the overseer making them type of decisions. The people not always going to love you looking out for them.
There you go. That's it.
And they not always going to listen to you looking out for them. Even though you try to tell them, they not always going to listen to you. You see what I'm saying? This ain't patty cake. This ain't nothing that's, you know what I'm saying, you just do on the Shabbat or do on a Wednesday night. Or do whenever you feel like it. Because we finna read right here, the masters, the teachers, the overseers, gonna have a more strict judgment than anybody else.
So live.
So you need to take this office, this stewardship seriously. James chapter 3, verse 1.
My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation.
He said, now look, be not many masters. Don't just be getting in this thing all willy-nilly, not knowing that it's going to be a more strict judgment. See, a lot of these cats then got in it and didn't consider the cost first.
Oh.
They didn't consider, man, the judgment going to be more strict. So I need to get my lifestyle in order before I even think about doing this.
Right.
I need to get these youthful lusts in order before I get up and start teaching about whoremongering.
Might want to lay back.
I need to get my wine drinking and blunt smoking in order before I get up talking about being sober. Huh?
That's what it is, bro.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, bro.
Let's get it. Let's get into it. 1 Samuel chapter 14. We picking right back up at where we stopped off. 1 Samuel chapter 14. 1 Samuel chapter 14. Now, just to give a quick recap of what we read already in chapter 14, we read how Samuel did the unrighteous sacrifice. He ran out of patience. Right after he sacrificed, Samuel showed up and rebuked him and told him the Lord, he done rejected you as king. And all the while, Jonathan goes off with his armor bearer and pick out a strategic spot and defeat the Philistines basically single-handedly, right? And then at the end of the battle, the Most High showed up with a great earthquake. All right, so we finished at verse 15 of that 14th chapter when we stopped.
Right.
We about to pick it up at verse 16. This is right after they defeated the Philistines and the Most High quaked the earth. This is right after that. 1 Samuel chapter 14, and pick it up at verse 16.
And the watchmen of Shaul in Gibeah of Benjamin looked, and behold, the multitude melted away. And they went on beating down one another.
Now remember, Jonathan, his armor bearer, went off from everybody else. It was just them two banging with them Philistines between those two sharp rocks and that narrow path we read about. It was just them two, right? So Saul and the people that was scared, they hear all the Philistines and they see them retreating, so they know, look, well, it must be some of our people down there fighting with them. Go ahead.
Then said Saul unto the people that were with him, number now and see who is gone from us.
Yeah.
And when they had numbered, behold, Jonathan and his armor bearer were not there. And Saul said to Ahiah, bring hither the ark of God, for the ark of the Most High God was at that time with the children of Israel.
Wow. So he's saying, bring here the ark of God. So he want to inquire. He want to inquire what they should do. He said, bring here the ark of the covenant of the Lord. Go ahead.
And it came to pass while Saul, while Saul talked to the priest, that the noise that was in the host of the Philistines went on and increased. And Saul said to the priest, withdraw thy hand.
Making the same mistake he just made in the previous chapter. Now the priest got his hand on the ark, getting ready to inquire the Most High. He heard the noise of the battle. He said, move your hand, don't worry about it. Come on. Making another rash decision.
Right.
Come on, don't worry about it. Just move all that out the way. Come on.
So he basically said, we don't need the presence of God.
But basically, that's what he's saying. Basically, that's what he's saying. Eager to get them to battle. And not even waiting on the Most High. Go ahead.
20. And Saul and all the people that were with him assembled themselves. And they came to the battle. And behold, every man's sword was against his fellow. And there was a very great discomfiture. Moreover, the Hebrews that were with the Philistines before that time, which went up with them into the camp from the country round about, even they also turned to be with the Israelites that were with Saul and Jonathan. Likewise, all the men of Israel, which had bid themselves in Mount Ephraim, when they heard that the Philistines fled, they also followed hard after them in the battle.
So you see, the one courageous act of one can inspire thousands. You see what I'm saying? Those Israelites that had ran off when the Philistines came after they had seen Jonathan and his armor bearer put him to flight, they came out and started getting at him. Go ahead.
So the Lord saved Israel that day, and the battle passed over unto Beth-haven.
All right, verse 24.
And the men of Israel were distressed that day, for Saul had adjured the people, saying, cursed be the man that eateth any food unto even, that I may be avenged on my enemies. And none of the people tasted any food.
Y'all see that? Did y'all hear that statement that he just made?
Mistake number 3.
You see how self-centered he just sound?
That I may
that I may be avenged of mine enemies. Not only that, you just made a foolish, grievous oath.
Right.
Why? Because you only thinking about yourself.
Right.
That you may be avenged. You see, overseer like a Saul that's coming in the spirit of Saul don't think about the welfare of the flock.
Sure don't.
Make impulsive decisions. Don't think about the welfare of the flock. And so zealous to execute judgment upon one of their laws.
Right.
But have slow feet to do the will of the Most High.
That's right, bro. Bring it out. Bring it out.
Slow feet doing the will of the Most High.
And got jealous of his own son because his own son took upon himself to go down
That's
there.
right.
So now he want to call to be avenged because his son kicked the drummer down.
That's right.
And took care of the Most High business.
That's
so
right.
Hey, even amongst your own family members, blood brothers, bloodline family members, envy and jealousy is set in.
Yeah. And then when we finna read down, you can make decisions that can cause others to sin.
Yep.
Just like we finna read right here.
Yeah. And the jury.
He finna call the whole nation to sin because of a grievous oath, a foolish oath. All because it's sparked by what? Impulse. He not thinking things through. He not thinking things through. This is what the Most High is examining. He's examining his mind. This is what we doing. We examining Saul's mind.
Right.
We see him display that same impatience we saw in chapter 13. The priest got his hand on the ark. He heard the noise of the battle. Don't worry about it. Move. Come on. Impatient. You still ain't learned from your mistakes. This is a leader that don't learn from his mistakes. Yeah, great men are not always wise, but does your leader learn from his mistakes? Or does he continue on in his sin?
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
We seeing Saul still display this impatience, this rashness, this impulsiveness. Selfishness. All right, keep going.
25. And all they of the land came to a wood, and there was honey upon the ground. And when the people were coming to the wood, behold, the honey dropped. But no man put his hand to his mouth, for the people feared the oath.
You see that? Now that's tempting the people. Now they done been battling, been walking, been fighting all day.
Yeah.
And you told them, don't eat or drink nothing until we be avenged of our enemies. Till I be avenged of my enemies.
Right.
You already taking credit for the victory. Go ahead.
But Jonathan heard not when his father charged the people with the oath. Wherefore he put forth the end of the rod that was in his hand, and dipped it in the honeycomb, and put his hand to his mouth, and his eyes were enlightened.
Let you know that the people was exhausted, man. His eyes was dim at first before he ate the honey, and the sweetness of the honey lightened his eyes. If the people had something to eat, we read in the last lesson in that 14 that they was in the camp of the Philistines and they had spoils. They had spoils. You see what I'm saying? If they had ate, they could have fought even better.
That's right, bro.
But we see that Jonathan 1/3 when the oath was made, he didn't hear it, neither did he take it. So he wasn't bound to it. But go ahead. But let's see what Saul do.
Then answered one of the people and said, Thy father straightly charged the people with an oath, saying, Cursed be the man that eateth any food this day. And the people were faint. Then said Jonathan, My father has troubled the land.
You see that? Jonathan knew how foolish that oath was. He said, man, yeah, he was thinking. He said, man, he done troubled the land. That was stupid.
But and notice the dynamic you had. You got the older elder, the leader, making foolish choices and doing foolish things. And it's the young brother that's really leading the people.
Yeah.
So this age thing about leading and doing the work, it's all about the person. Because the book say a great or hoary head is only honor with wisdom.
Found in wisdom. That's right.
So understand what y'all read. I ain't even take no. I just want to throw that in there.
Man, whenever you have something, jump in.
I just want to throw that in there, man.
Yeah. Whenever you have something, feel free to jump in. Go ahead.
But Jonathan heard. I'm sorry. I'm at verse 28.
Okay.
Then answered one of the people, said, Thy father straightly charged the people with an oath, saying, Cursed be the man that eats any food this day. And the people were faint. Then said Jonathan, My father has troubled the land. See, I pray you, how mine eyes have been enlightened, because I have tasted a little of this honey. How much more if haply the people had eaten freely today of the spoil of their enemies, which they found.
You see that? Jonathan like, man, look, y'all see how this lightened my eyes and gave me energy and I'm refreshed because I ate a little honey. He said, now just imagine if we was able to eat other spoils that we found in the camp of the Philistines.
Right.
This would have been easy work. We would have been back at home chilling.
Right.
Hearing about it on the news.
Right.
Go ahead.
For had there not been now a much greater slaughter among the Philistines. And they smote the Philistines that day from Michmash to Ajalon.
Yeah.
And the people were very faint. And the people flew upon the spoil.
Wow.
And took sheep and oxen and calves and slew them on the ground. And the people did eat of them with blood.
That's violation of Leviticus chapter 3 and 17.
He calls the people to sin.
He calls the people to sin with a grievous oath. Sparked from a impulsive decision, something he didn't think through. Are you causing your assembly to sin in
Come
this
on,
matter?
bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Huh?
Bring it out.
This the example of Saul, right? Come on now. See, when we read about Saul, when we know what we know about, you know what I'm saying? We only know about certain events that led to his downfall. But when you really get to reading it, you see that this was a constant rebellious mindset with this brother. He didn't have a mind to serve the Most High. Constant rebellion.
And you know what this, like I'm saying, when you strike hands with a sinner, when you join house to house, man, you gonna partake of the punishment. Now this brother that called these folks to sin, man, direct violation of the law about eating blood, eating everything with blood in it, because he made a foolish choice and foolish decision. He has caused the whole congregation to sin. So when you following a false teacher or a false leader or a wicked elder, when the punishment comes down, don't throw your hand up and straight away, because you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it.
That's right. What verse we at?
We at 33.
Go ahead.
Then they told Saul, saying, behold, the people sin against the Lord, in that they eat with blood. And he said, ye have transgressed. Roll a great stone unto me this day.
So he told them to roll the stone so that he can make an altar so that they can sacrifice and drain the blood properly from the animal. Go ahead.
And Saul said, disperse yourselves among the people, and say unto them, bring me hither every man his ox, and every man his sheep, and slay them here and eat. And sin not against the Most High God, and eating with the blood. And all the people brought every man his ox with him that night, and slew them there. And Saul built an altar unto the Most High, and the same was the first altar that he built unto the Lord.
Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying? You have a couple of little moments. You know, you might, and then your leader might be the same. Well, he did do this. Yeah, okay. But the script say, when a man get carried away in his wickedness, none of his righteousness will be mentioned.
Ezekiel.
None of it. Go ahead.
And Saul said, let us go down after the Philistines by night, and spoil them until the morning light, and let us not leave a man of them. And they said, do whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Then said the priest, let us draw hither. Let us draw near hither unto God.
About to make the same mistake once again.
Yeah. He already told him what to do.
About to make another impulsive decision without going to seek the Most High. The priest like, hold on, bro. Like, don't you want to go holler at the Most High Yahweh about this first?
Right.
The priest is the voice of reason. So we see it. Constant. He still ain't learned. I need to start thinking before I react. This something an overseer must learn. You can't be impulsive. Then have the mindset of, I'm the leader. I do what the hell I want to do. No, you can't. Where that said in the script?
Nowhere.
It say you need to have the most discipline.
Right.
Go ahead.
37. And Shaul asked counsel of God, shall I go down after the Philistines? wilt thou deliver them into the hand of Israel? But he answered him not that day. And Saul said, draw ye near hither, all the chief of the people.
I'll read that 37 again.
Okay. And Shaul asked counsel of the Most High, shall I go down after the Philistines? Wilt thou deliver them into the hand of Israel? But he answered him not that day.
But the Most High didn't answer him. What caused that? Because you were impatient. Because you caused others to fall away.
Yep.
Because you hell bent on doing what Saul want to do.
John 9:31. For God heareth not sinners.
He not listening to you. Matter of fact, let's grab a precept.
Okay.
Ezekiel chapter 20. Let's get Ezekiel 20, 1 through 3.
All right.
Ezekiel 20, verses 1 through 3. He ain't the only one he done like that.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 1, and I read. And it came to pass in the 7th year, in the 5th month, the 10th day of the month, that certain of the elders of Israel came to inquire of the Most High, and sat before me.
So certain elders came to inquire, came to ask about the Lord, seek the Lord, like Saul just did. Go ahead.
Then came the word of Yahweh unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto the elders of Israel, and say unto them, thus saith the Most High God, are ye come to inquire of me? As I live, saith Yahweh, I will not be inquired of by you.
So we see it's totally hypocrisy and hypocritical to be fully determined to do what you want to do and pretend that you want to know the counsel of the Most High. He said, I won't allow myself to be sought out by nobody like that. Ezekiel, why these elders even come sitting down, acting like they want to come seek me? I won't even allow myself to be sought by somebody like that.
Right, bro. That's right.
They want to do their own thing, then come in front of the people and put on a show.
Oh, flow show.
Oh, no, I'm not hearing you.
Ain't going.
Saul continued to do what he wanted to do, then wanted to come ask the Most High for advice. It looked like you got it all. What you coming to me for? I won't allow myself to be inquired by elders or overseers like that.
Better read up on Jeremiah chapter 23.
Trying to tell you. Let me get back to this first sentence.
All right.
What verse?
Verse 38.
All right.
And Shaul said, draw ye near hither, all the chief people, and know and see wherein this sin has been this day.
Oh, so he knew because he didn't get an answer that somebody had sinned. See, this another qualification of a bad overseer. Quick to point out everybody else sin but his. When something go wrong, oh boy, they slapping you upside the head with all type of rebuke, all type of scripture. You see what I'm saying? But he can't take it. And he ain't slapped himself with them same scriptures.
Cast away.
Unprofitable to himself. Go ahead. He looking for everybody else's sin, but he ain't considered the foolish oath he just made that made the people sin.
Right.
Negro will tell everybody else they going to the lake of fire, but ain't checking their pattern of behavior.
Bring it out.
And it looked like they on a full ride scholarship on their way to the lake. Stop.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
They call that in psychology psychological projection. You ignore the qualities that you show and that's about you and try to put them off on somebody else. In other words, somebody who's habitually a liar accuse others of always lying.
Oh, really?
They call that projecting. Somebody who's wicked and know they wicked accuses others who are not wicked. They call them wicked.
Yeah. Those who cause confusion say that other people are causing confusion.
And they the main ones causing confusion. Those who say men are not qualified to teach don't meet not one qualification on the checklist.
Come on, bro.
Psychological projection. We see Saul do that a lot. We're going to see him do it more as we go on and continue to read. Go ahead.
39.
Uh-huh.
For as the Lord liveth, which saveth Israel, though it be in Jonathan my son, he surely shall die.
Made another rash statement.
Come on, man.
You falsely accusing your son now.
Yep.
Still not thinking before you speak or do. If your leader continually does this, watch out. Go ahead.
But there was not a man among all the people that answered him. Then said he unto all Israel, be ye on one side, and I and Jonathan my son will be on the other side. And the people said unto Shaul, do what seemeth good unto thee.
Man, look, the people like, man, look, do what you need to do, but we ain't going to accuse this boy. He innocent.
Right.
He wasn't there when you said it. He didn't hear you. Look, do what you need to do, man. Don't be trying to put us off in it.
Right.
Just go and do what you need to do.
Always trying to gather some people up with it.
Yeah.
Always trying to whisper and try to get people to side up with it.
Yeah, and see, when you know your witness is true, you ain't got to do that.
No.
That's called suborning men.
That's it, bro.
That's what the Pharisees did to the apostles in the New Testament. I believe that's the Acts 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They suborn men against Stephen.
Yeah, and that means to
bride, like a bride.
Yeah, to make somebody do something against a group of people is usually something evil.
Same thing the Pharisees did against Yeshua.
Yeah.
Had to find somebody who lied was just right so the people believe.
Yeah, suborning men. A lot of you Negroes got that bad in these camps. When a brother with some balls stand up to one of y'all suborn men. Change people's opinions of them by lies.
Right.
And gossip and backbiting. Go ahead.
41. Therefore Saul said unto the Most High God of Israel, give a perfect lot. And Saul and Jonathan were taken, but the people escaped.
All right, so the first lot fell on Saul and Jonathan. So he acquitted the people. The Most High is merciful like that.
Right.
He didn't charge the people for eating of the blood because he knew that their king was foolish.
Right.
Go ahead.
And Saul said, cast lots between me and Jonathan, my son, and Jonathan was taken. And then Saul said to Jonathan, tell me what thou hast done. And Jonathan told him and said, I did but taste a little honey with the end of the rod that was in mine hand. And lo, I must die. And Saul answered, God do so and more also, for thou shalt surely die, Jonathan.
You see that? And see these, what I noticed, a lot of these leaders have so much zeal to execute a judgment of one of their laws.
But the lot fell on Jonathan, so it won't be Saul that supposed to die.
Right. And again, we see this guy has no consciousness of his own sin.
Even to his own son.
But yet he can clearly see everybody else's. Clearly call everybody else's sin out. You see, but he has no consciousness of his own.
And keep in mind, the Spirit of the Lord hadn't left him yet.
Yep.
It hadn't left him yet. So even when the Lord trying to work with you, you have to walk circumspectly before the people and before yourself.
Yep. Go ahead. What were you?
45.
Okay, go ahead.
And the people said unto Saul, shall Jonathan die, who hath wrought this great salvation in Israel? God forbid. As the Yahweh liveth, there shall not one hair of his head fall to the ground. For he has wrought with God this day. So the people rescued Jonathan, that he died not.
Oh, praise. Verse 46.
Then Shaul went up from following the Philistines, and the Philistines went to their own place.
All right. Now we see that the Most High didn't completely drive out his enemies because he was rebellious. And later on, David would have to bang with these same Philistines.
Hey, but did you notice that one Joel? Hey, man, the people rose up against the leader.
Yep.
When they seen unrighteous judge,
good.
When they seen
point.
unrighteous
Good
judge,
point.
the people rose up. See, so I don't want to hear that, man. When he the head teacher, when he the leader of the camp. When there's unrighteous judgment, the people, the congregation, the assembly need to rise up.
Ooh, good point. Very good point.
And do that which is right in the sight of the Lord.
That's right. That's right. No excuses.
You ain't got no excuse. Well, he the teacher, man, bump that.
Y'all know enough book. Y'all know enough book. Y'all, if you've been in this scripture for more than 3 years, you know enough.
Yeah, if you've been here 5 years, your tree is substantially planted in the ground.
Right.
You got roots. So you need to do something.
That's right. Good point. Very good point. Let's get right. We finna jump
47? You want to go to 15?
We jump into chapter 15.
Okay, all right.
We're going to read this all the way through.
All right.
Chapter 15, 1 Samuel chapter 15. Let's get it.
And Samuel also said unto Shaul.
So let me do a quick little recap.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? The brother's still not learning from his mistakes. Still making rash decisions. Still not thinking for he speak. Made a foolish oath. You see what I'm saying? And now we finna get into some more of his mishaps. One of his biggest. Go ahead.
Samuel also said unto Shaul, the Most High sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou to the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not. Slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
So the Most High gave Saul a chance to redeem himself through obedience.
Yep.
He gave him a divine sanction, utterly or completely destroy Amalek from off the face of this earth. Don't spare nobody. Animals, women, infants, completely wipe them out because of what they did to my people when they was passing through the wilderness.
Right.
Wipe them out. Don't leave nobody. That's another straightway command. We saw the first one in chapter 13. Wait in Gilgal for 7 days.
That's right, bro.
And then Samuel said, I'm going to come do the sacrifice.
Right.
He got another straightway command. Let's see what he did.
And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telem, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to the city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said to the Kenites, go depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them.
Go ahead.
For you showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites.
That's right.
And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest into Shur, that is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
So that's disobedience right there.
Right there, bro.
See, a wicked leader always thinks there's a better way to do things.
Bro. Come on.
You see, the Lord, yeah, he said that, but it's the same, and you know who he was influenced by. You can tell by him just disobeying. Yeah, the Lord did say kill everybody, but that's some good sheep over there. There's some good oxen. So your disobedience was sparked by covetousness and greed.
Yeah.
You said, and see, this is, like I say, this is what the Most High is weighing when you doing this. Because I said it was a whole lot of more wicked kings after this brother, yet the Most High didn't deal with them how he dealt with this brother. He must have saw something in him that he didn't see in the rest of them. And what that is, I still have no clue when it, pertaining to that aspect.
Right.
Considering that all of them was wicked. But he dealt with him differently than he did all the other wicked kings. So this is the perfect example that we should be taking heed to. Because yeah, there was many wicked kings, but the Lord didn't deal with none of them how he dealt with this brother.
Right, right. You're right, brother.
Let's get it.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the fatlings, and of the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. But everything that was vile and refuse, that they destroyed utterly.
Y'all see that? Partial obedience is complete
disobedience.
Yeah. Partial obedience is disobedience. Go ahead.
Then came the word of Yahweh unto Samuel, saying, It repented me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he has turned back from following me, and have not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night.
Wow.
And when Samuel rose up early to meet Saul, in the morning it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he had set him up a place, and is gone about, and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal.
Y'all see this Negro is disobedience and celebrating the partial obedience?
Yeah.
Built him up a place, celebrating disobedience. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see how this brother just completely is just going downhill spiritually?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou the Lord. I perform the commandment of Yahweh.
Now, and see, it's you see the same thing in these brothers today in these camps.
Bro.
You extort brothers. You kill brothers and sisters' spirit.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? You backbite, you tail burn. You deal deceitfully to get brothers removed out of certain positions.
Then jump up behind a roster on Saturday.
And then walk around like you right. Walk around like you untouchable. It's the same thing Saul did. Blatantly disobeyed, and yet he back celebrated. He built him a place. That was a well-fought victory today. Think I'll build me a place, drink me a few and kick on back.
Remember, and kill a couple of them fatted calves we took.
Where we at?
We at verse 14.
Go ahead.
And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in mine ear, and the lowing of the oxen which I hear? Then Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites. For the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Most High God.
And in that verse 13, he straight up lied to Samuel.
So did.
Straight up lied to him.
Straight up lied.
But see, constant pride, constant rebellion makes you blind and deaf to your own sin.
Yep. Can't see.
Once you constantly prideful and you constantly rebellion, you know what I'm saying? What's completely obvious to everybody else is invisible to you. And that's maybe because the Most High then gave you up to that.
That's it, bro.
Make sure you ain't a Saul as an overseer.
Come on, bro. Leader. Come on.
Huh?
That's it.
He can't even see that. And he thinks Samuel gonna fall for it. And you know that this a man of the Most High.
Right. Ain't going.
Go ahead.
To sacrifice unto the Lord thy God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. Did you see that? It was they, then it was we.
Yeah.
On the good part, it was we. Yeah. On the bad part, it was they.
Yep. Shifting the blame again.
Projection, like you just saying.
Yep.
Then Samuel said unto Saul, Stay. Basically told him to shut up. And I will tell thee what the Lord has said to me this night. And he said to him, Say on. And Samuel said, When thou was little in thy own sight.
You see, this is where we get the title of the lesson from. When thou was little in thy own sight, the root to his rebellion was pride. The brother got puffed up in a position of power.
Right.
And got drunk with power. He said, when I was little in thy own eyes. Remember, this the same brother that was hiding amongst the stuff. Same brother. But then you see over time, man, how it just got worse. Snowball. He said, when thou was little in thy own eyes as overseers, we need to remember that and keep that mindset. Remember when we was all little in our own eyes, we still little. That's the mindset we need to have, and never lose that humble mindset.
Teach it, brother.
The root to all of Saul's rebellion was pride. Samuel finna tell him, look, when you was humble, man, everything was way better when you was humble, bro. But somewhere along the line, you done lost your mind. Go ahead.
When thou was little in thine own sight, was thou not made the head of the tribe of Israel?
You see that? When you was humble, you was exalted. That's why the Most High picked you, because he saw you when you was humble. And you was made head of all the tribes of the nation. Go ahead.
And the Lord anointed thee king over Israel. And Yahweh sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of Yahweh, but didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of the Lord? And Shaul said unto Samuel, yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites.
Wow.
He lied while he talking.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But the people took of the spoil, the sheep and the oxen, and the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal.
So while you trying to shift blame, you just really condemning yourself, because you just admitted, look, I saw the people go off and I didn't say nothing. You saw the people go off.
Right.
Why you couldn't say nothing? Because you was off.
That's it,
you
bro.
was going off. And if y'all wonder why y'all sitting in these assemblies and don't see judgment being executed by these overseers and elders, 9 times out of 10 is because they in knee deep in wickedness.
That's it, bro. Simple and plain.
Simple and plain. He couldn't point the finger, even though he did. A lot of these Negroes won't, they know these sisters getting ran through in these camps.
Yep.
But they not saying nothing to these brothers. Why? Because the brothers the ones, they picked it up from the elders.
That's it, bro. That's it, bro.
They just continuing to do what they see their elders doing.
Know that for a fact.
Go ahead.
Verse 22. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifice?
So he asked the question, does the Most High love sacrifices more than he love obedience? Let's go to jump to Psalms 51:16. I'll jump to it and read it.
All right, you good?
Psalms 51:16-17. It says, for thou desirest not sacrifice.
That's right.
Else I would give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of Yah are a broken spirit, a contrite heart.
Right.
Oh God, thou will not despise. So the best sacrifice you can ever bring is a repentant mind before the Most High.
That's it, bro.
Because if it wasn't a free will offering back then, you were sacrificing because of your sin. He would rather for you to just obey than for you to have to bring him a sacrifice for your sin.
There you go.
Obedience is better than sacrifice. Go ahead.
Verse 22 again. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great a delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
That's right.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
So if you rebellious, if you live in a mind state of constant rebellion in your thoughts and certain actions that you do when nobody can't see you, when you ain't in your overseer position, you see what I'm saying? You just as rebellious as somebody who practices witchcraft. You reject the Most High being rebellious just like they reject the Most High through their black arts.
That's it.
Go ahead.
And stubbornness as iniquity and idolatry.
So stubbornness, somebody who's stubborn, it's all about them. It is idolatry. You became your God.
That's it, bro.
You doing your will. That's all you care about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king.
Wow.
And Saul said unto Samuel, I have seen, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and thy word, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice.
You see that? And it's more so like he apologizing because he feared the consequence, not because
he's sincere.
He, you know what I'm saying, really sincere and really sorry for offending the Most High.
Right. He just scared he losing his position.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
25. Now therefore I pray thee, pardon my sin and turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Most High God, and the Lord hath rejected thee from being king over Israel.
Wow.
And Samuel turned about to go away. He laid upon the skirt of his mantle, and it rent.
So he tried to grab Samuel, saying like, man, get your hands off me, and then rip this mantle.
Right.
And that was he just prophesied doing that.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And Samuel said unto him, the Lord has rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day. Wow. And has given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou. So, did y'all catch that? That day, that same time he rent that, the Lord was done with it.
That's what I said. Your end as a leader can be final, but just not immediate.
That's it.
So be careful getting carried away in your sin. Go ahead.
Verse 29. And also the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent. Right. For he is not a man that he should repent. Then he said, I have sinned, yet honor me now, I pray thee, before the elders of my people and before Israel, and turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord thy God. So Samuel turned again after Saul, and Saul worshiped the Lord.
Now check that out. So even though the decision on him being king was final, his soul is still on the line.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So Samuel turned again, and it says Saul worshiped the Lord. So now he worshiped. Was he still right? Just because he worshiped?
Nope.
So if you have a leader that worship, does that mean he's right? Just because you see him worshiping?
Right.
See that? So we got to slow down and look at all these
things.
That's
it, bro. That's it.
So we see it's a snowball effect.
Right.
It wasn't just one or two events and the Lord said, I'm through.
Right.
Now we seeing.
He was merciful.
Yeah, we seeing it build up, and we seeing it's just going unchecked. And eventually he go ahead and get you up out the way for good.
Right.
We're gonna get into that in that part 3. Most High will.
Yes, sir. At 32. When we keep going.
That was it on that.
Okay.
So we see so far he don't learn from his mistakes.
Right.
Made grievous oaths. Had a lot of zeal when it came down to doing his will and not the will of the Most High. Didn't consider the welfare of the people. Was confident in his wickedness. He projected, lacked patience and sincerity.
And caused the people to sin.
So are you this type of overseer?
That's a long list, brother.
That's a long list. Are you a Saul? Our Messiah years later came in on the scene and dealt with leaders that showed these same characteristics.
So did, brother.
Now, as overseers, we need to always be examining Yeshua, right?
Yep.
Because he the master teacher. So how did he handle wicked overseers? Did he go hush mode on it?
No.
Did he say something about it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Matthew chapter 23. Let's see what he said about the leaders that showed the same traits, some of the same traits Saul showed.
Where we at?
We're going to read Matthew 23 and just pick it up at verse 1.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Then spake Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
Yeah.
All therefore whatsoever they bid you to observe, that observe and do. But do ye not after their works, for they say and do not.
So Yeshua said, yeah, you respect them because of the office they hold was ordained by the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, a lot of you Negroes, that's about it. That's about the most respect you get around here.
Right. And that's about it. But you know what he said? They say and do not.
Yeah.
They'll tell you what to do. Yeah, they're telling you to keep the law.
Yeah.
Do that.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Watch their actions.
Mm-hmm.
Watch how they move. Watch the vibration that's around them.
Yeah.
They ain't doing what they telling you. That's why Paul said, when I'm preaching to you, I'm preaching to myself, lest I be a castaway.
Yeah.
These teachers learned men of the law, and the Most High said they ain't getting in.
So like.
So just cause they telling you to come to the Sabbath day,
Yeah.
tell you to keep the feast day, and all that, then the third, you better watch their vibration. You better watch how they move, how they act and interact.
Yep. So he giving instruction to the multitude of his disciples, telling them, look, he giving them commands, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
So they expect more of others than they do them own selves.
Mm-hmm. What we just got to read about Saul.
Yep. Same characteristics. Same characteristics. Then you run down this checklist and see if this my leader, my overseer.
Better check it.
And if you an overseer, you check this list and see if this me. Go ahead.
But all their works they do for to be seen of men.
Uh-huh.
They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogue.
Yeah.
And greetings in the markets to be called of men, Rabbi.
Wow.
But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even a Mashiach.
That's right.
And all ye are brethren.
All ye are brethren. So don't be looking for me to call you no chief high priest, chief master.
He the head teacher.
You know what I'm saying? And don't look for me and mine to cluck our heels when one of you niggas walk up in the room.
No. Ain't happening.
You know what I'm saying? They think you supposed to they think the whole assembly is supposed to treat them more differently than everybody else is treated.
Like a judge walking in the room.
Yeshua said, oh, y'all brothers. That's how I look at y'all. Y'all brothers. I'm chief brother who? What's your name? Yeah. Brother who?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And call no man your father upon earth, for one is your Father, which is in heaven. Neither ye be called masters, for one is your master, even Hamashiach.
Mm-hmm.
But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant.
See, that's how it works in Yeshua's realm and in his kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't about how many people you can get to serve and honor you or your assembly or your congregation or your organization. Our greatness is overseers in this walk is measured by how many people we can serve.
That's it, bro. The example of Christ.
That's right. That's what a leader is being about in Israel. That's what a leader is being about, period.
Right.
Period. How well do you serve and honor others? Not how well others honor and serve you.
Come on.
That ain't how the leadership in this truth work. He that is greatest among you shall be your servant, shall be your slave.
That's it.
You need to be active amongst the people, not standoffish and can't be touched, and you got to talk to this brother before they can talk to you. And nigga, this ain't the mob. Y'all got this twisted.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
Wow. And we gonna see Saul was brought so low to the point to seeking familiar spirits. Samuel told him when thou was small in thy own eyes, you didn't look at yourself like you was somebody.
Right. And the Lord made an open show him till he got butt naked and called himself prophesying.
Ooh-wee. He's so, like I said, the pride sprung all of his rebellion. It was a beautiful and high, tall mountain. Everybody wanted to climb this mountain, but everybody knew that it was very slippery at the top. But one day this man decided he wanted to climb and reach the top anyway. He thought, I'm going to be the first one to stand on it without falling. He get to the top of the mountain, get on the top of it, fall off and die. Anybody want to guess what the name of this mountain was? Pride. Climbed it. Yeah, it looked good going up.
Yeah.
Look real good. The mountain may be beautiful. But just like that Psalm 78 when David looked around, it was like, Lord, why all the wicked? Why they prospering? He said, then I understood their end.
Yes, sir.
He set them in slippery places. Yeah, they high. They exalted.
Yeah.
But boy, it's slippery at that top.
Yes, sir.
And that fall is long.
Yes, sir. Hard. Yes, sir.
In the New Testament, Yeshua said, in Luke, I believe it was chapter 6, he said, I will show you a man who hears my sayings and doeth them. I will show you unto whom he is like. He is like one that built his house on a solid foundation.
Yes, sir.
And when the storm came and the winds came,
yes,
and beat vehemently upon the house.
Yes, sir.
It didn't fall.
Come on, bring it out.
He that heard my commands and doeth them not, I will show you that to whom he is like. He like a foolish builder that built his house on the sand. And when the storms came and the winds beat vehemently upon that house, it fell, and great was the fall of it. You went from being the first king of Israel and been reduced to seeking familiar spirits.
Yeah.
Some of these elders that you see that's doing all this wicked behavior, you see what I'm saying? They've been around a long time, put in a lot of work.
Yep.
And then in this late hour going left field.
Right.
Taking advantage of brothers, taking advantage of sisters. Not being a good example altogether. Go ahead. Where we at?
We're in the middle of 12.
Okay.
And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
Hypocrites, actors. Go ahead.
For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourself, neither suffer ye them that they are entering to go in.
You see that? So the people that's sitting up under you, you not going in the kingdom either. Nope. You seeking them to lead you into salvation. It said you know why you not going in? Because they're not teaching you nothing.
Putting you back to sleep.
It said they close up the kingdom of heaven. They not getting in, neither you that's following these hypocrites and blind guys.
Come on, bro.
You not getting in either.
And y'all need to understand what y'all read here. These were lawgivers that he's saying it's against, and the people that's sitting up under them.
Yeah, and let's get that straight. That Sunday Christian doctrine, that didn't come around into the Council of Nicaea.
Right.
So this ain't talking about no Sunday Christians right here. You can apply it to them, but when this was written down, pen to paper, brother, he was talking about folks just like me and you that know this law, know this God of this Bible.
Know they Israel.
Know they Israel. Leaders.
Circumcised the 8th day.
Circumcised the 8th day, still keep the law, still keep the feast days.
They ain't getting in.
They ain't getting in.
And the ones that sit up under these wicked leaders, he just said, they shutting the kingdom up on y'all too.
Yeah. So
you had it on my jacket.
You got a decision to make. You got a decision to make. Sitting up under these wicked Negroes. sitting up under these lust-filled Negroes. These Negroes hungry after filthy lucre.
Yes, sir. After position.
Position and prestige and power. Go ahead.
Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Wow. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. We read that right out the gate, didn't we?
Yep. The greater damnation.
Did he say that in that Timothy?
Yep.
Hey man, he said that in that James, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
He just read it again. That's written in blood and red letters. So hey man, you think he playing? You think he just talking?
Yeah. Yeah.
15. Mm-hmm. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite, for you compare sea and land.
Wow, we the biggest Israelite camp in the world. We got classes over here. We got classes over here. We got classes over there. We got classes United Kingdom, Zimbabwe. You compare land and sea. But a lot of these brothers in a lot of your camps don't stay on that righteous path.
Sure don't.
And that if that's a pattern, you need to check. A lot of times you need to check the top. You should know a tree by the fruit it bears. If your leader is wicked, he put all his energy to go get people, but the people never stay. Woo-wee. You can pass land and sea to go get one proselyte. And what happens to that proselyte?
And when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourself. Don't strike hands. Don't be quick to strike hands.
And us personally, we know a lot of brothers. There was good brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But start hanging around this one bad tree.
Yep.
And now look at all the rotten fruit that it came from it.
That wicked root, like you say about Antiochus.
Yeah.
That wicked root.
Look at all the rotten fruit that it came off of it. And then we see that our wickedness just don't have an effect on us, and not even the people that's dealing with us at the moment, but generations down the line, because of Saul didn't complete the command of the Most High and kill all of Amalek. Somebody from that same line came down the line years later and wanted to exterminate us. Haman.
Yep. Sure did.
So your wickedness as a leader can affect the nation for years and years on down the line.
Yep.
Go ahead.
16. Woe to you, blind guide, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a devil.
You see that? Foolish oaths. Foolish oaths. Same thing Saul was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you consider the gold more important than the temple.
The meeting place of God.
Yeah, but the whole point he about to get at is you make oaths and you think certain oaths are binding and certain oaths are not. No, you make an oath, it's binding. Period. Go ahead.
Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater the gold or the temple that sanctified the gold.
Right. So you don't take an oath that somebody swore by the temple serious, but you would take an oath when somebody swore by the gold in the temple more serious than you do when they swear by the temple.
Filthy lucre.
Go ahead.
And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing. But whosoever swear by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Sad, man.
That is sad.
Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater the gift or the altar that sanctified the gift.
Yeah.
Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar, swears by it, and by all things thereon.
Let you know just how serious your oaths are.
Yes, sir.
A lot of you Negroes and took oaths to do this work and really don't want to do it now.
A lot of you Negroes and took oath to be true to these sisters.
Yeah.
And ain't doing it now.
And ain't.
So that makes you a liar. In the book tell you in Revelation, he don't have no pleasure in a liar. So when you make an oath and don't follow through on it, you are a liar.
Yeah.
And he tell you Hey, man, those going to be the ones outside the kingdom.
Yeah, without the kingdom. Go ahead.
21. And whoso shall swear by the temple, sweareth by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. And he that shall swear by heaven, sweareth by the throne of Yahweh, and by him that sitteth thereon.
Wow.
Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
See that?
Judgment, mercy, and faith.
You see that? The Messiah is calling these jakes out, establishing judgment. He not turning a blind eye to what they doing. You see that? He said you hung up on all these trivial matters.
Yeah.
And ignoring the more important matters.
Yes, sir.
But you know something I noticed though? A lot of these brothers can't establish judgment, can't show mercy, ain't got the faith, so they use the trivial matters as a soothe to soothe.
Good point, bro. Good point, bro.
To soothe the fact that they ain't keeping the weightier matters.
Come on, bro.
That's why they be so hung up on it.
The letter.
Because they think that that's gonna blot out all their wickedness. But see, in this apocrypha, this book that y'all don't like to read right here, it say, think not upon all the sacrifices and oblations you can make, and say that the Lord gonna be merciful. I done all this work, you know what I'm saying, and been in this walk all these years. These niggas need to treat me differently. They need to stand up when I walk in the room. I deserve it. I've been here long enough. Okay. It said, he that exalted himself shall be abased.
That's right.
And see, the thing with that, even when he say, and those that shall humble themselves should be exalted, it might not pay off for you in this life.
Right.
Just like if you exalt yourself and you abase, yeah, you might live this life on top and go out on top.
Yeah.
But when you die, that soul either getting drugged to the left or it's going to Abraham's bosom.
Right. That's it. And hey, in that same book of that Sirach, I think it's 37, said, with the wicked, though he live long or short, his end gonna be hard. So you might run a long time. But hey, sometimes the Lord take you out of meeting. Sometimes like he did Saul, he let Saul run a long time. He said, though you live long or short, your end gonna be hard. End of 23. These ought ye to have done, and not leave the other undone. 24. Ye blind guide, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel.
Just think about it, like you see a Negro at a restaurant, and he'll look at his glass and get in there and get a small little gnat up out of there, but then he look over and see his order coming up and the cook sweating his food, but he'll eat that. You done lost sight of what's really important, is what he's trying to say. He said that's a blind guy. That's a blind guy.
That's it, bro. That's it. And you brothers that's straining that words and names of God.
That's right.
Instead of the weightier matters.
That's right.
Want to make fun of this language, that language, because you can't speak it, or somebody told you that's not what it means, because you don't know, because you straight at a gnat, because you worry about what name somebody calling on the Most High God, instead of looking at their works and they acts, they moves and they vibrations. That's straining at a gnat, arguing over a name. The Most High created all the language. He know what his name is in any language if he created them all. Right. Well, you say Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh, he know his name. I don't care if it's in Latin. He know it, he gave.
Yeah. And for those, don't let nobody tell you nothing about a language that they can't speak and don't know for themselves.
Right.
Don't let a nigga tell you saying Yahweh Yeshua is Yiddish. Well, tell him to say a whole sentence in Yiddish. He don't know nothing about it. So he wouldn't be able to tell you if it was Yiddish or not.
Right.
With substantial facts behind it.
Right. And even if he could, The Most High still gave the language.
Thank you.
Regardless of what he gave the language, you straight in a net. Where your works at, brother? Where your judgment at, brother? Where your mercy at, brother? Where your faith at, brother? He said, I have exalted my works above all my name.
All my name.
So miss me with that. Straining in a net.
And swallow. You, like I say, the point he trying to make is you done lost sight of what's really important. And he called for that. He called them blind guides.
That's it.
Go ahead.
25. Woe to you scribes and Pharisees and hypocrites, for you may clean the outside of the cup. You grind and you shine.
Yeah.
You may clean the outside of the cup and platter, but within ye are full of dead. Boy, I'm getting ahead of myself. They are full of extortion and excess.
You see that? Extortion. That's going on major right now.
Yeah. Sure is.
Extortion.
One of the biggest camps in the world.
The sure is. Get put on Front Street. And then some of these Negroes taking 20% tithe.
Sure is.
They call them tights. 20% tithe.
And got the nerve to turn his nose up at brothers that he done got rid of.
Right. That's the cold part about it.
That you called a brother that was over your captains over 100 and captains over 1,000. Now you got your nose turned up into the air.
Sounds familiar, don't it?
Yep.
Go ahead.
26. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men bones and all unclean.
He said, you spiritually dead. He telling this to the Pharisees. Now, these the men that sit in Moses. See, he just told them that y'all dead. Spiritually dead. Do you understand that? Men that held the law of the Most High God.
And still teaching the law. When Yeshua came on the scene.
He dealing with it the same way he dealt with Saul. Yeah, you in a leadership position. But the Most High is not with you. Who were they healing? Who were they making whole? What prisoners were they releasing from spiritual bondage?
Right.
Yet they had a problem with this man healing people.
Right.
And then accused him of healing people off the power of Satan. He said, look, if I cast them out by Satan, as wicked as y'all is, then who do y'all fathers cast them out by?
Right.
Go ahead.
28. Even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
So the Most High, he not gonna judge the person you portray to be to your peers.
Yeah.
He know exactly who you are, and that's who he gonna judge. Go ahead.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in these days in the days of our fathers, we would have not been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
Wow.
Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
So he's saying, look, just look at your behavior and see if you the children who killed the prophets. He said, you honor the dead prophets by garnishing their graves, but you reject and kill the prophets that still living.
Right.
My disciples that still living. Huh? You rejected me? You rejected me. I'm a prophet.
Yes, sir.
And by that, they showed that they was the children of those who killed the prophet.
Yes, sir. Dropping bombs on them.
But with their mouth, they saying, look, man, if that was us back in the day, we wouldn't have done that to none of the prophets. But yet you hated him and all his disciples that came with his message.
Sound familiar to me.
Ooh-wee. Verse 32.
Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers. Ye serpents, Ye generation of vipers.
Wow.
How can ye escape the damnation of hell?
So Yeshua letting them know that you gonna complete the rejection of the prophets that your father started by rejecting me and my followers. You gonna complete. You gonna fill the rest of that measure of that sin up.
Yes, sir.
He let Saul fill his measure up.
Yep. Yep.
But the whole thing is, the Most High kept giving them a chance. He was too self-centered, self-willed. It's all about Saul. Go ahead.
34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you the prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them ye shall scourge in your synagogue and persecute them from city to city, that upon ye may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zachariah the son of Berechiah, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar.
And we went in previous lessons. We showed that this Zacharias is not the same. It's not the Zacharias of 2 Chronicles 36.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem,
that was it on that.
Okay.
That was the last place right there.
Yeah.
He said all these things should come upon this generation, but we see that they showed the same characteristics Saul was showing.
Right.
Making foolish oaths. You see what I'm saying? Showing more, honor to their position than thanking the Most High for giving them that position.
Right.
We saw that Saul was impatient. We saw that he did not learn from his mistakes. He made impulsive decision after impulsive decision after impulsive decision.
Come on, bro.
Caused the people to sin.
Even turned on his own son's blood.
Yeah, was ready to kill his own son.
Because he messed up.
Was very zealous to execute his laws and judgments, his will.
Come on, bro.
But had slow feet doing what the Most High told him to do.
Right.
Always felt like his way was better. And then I can throw a little righteousness on top of it to throw it off. Don't work like that.
No, a little leaven.
Leaven it the whole lump.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your end can be final but not immediate.
Come on, brother. Bring it out.
So just because you still in your position, you know what I'm saying, nothing happened to you. Yet. Keep on playing with the Most High. He eventually gonna get you right on out the way.
Come on, brother.
And if it's the Most High's will, next week we gonna finish this series part 3. Let the overseers examine themselves, the example of Saul, brotherly love amongst the overseers.
Yes, sir.
All praise to the Most High. Shabbat Shalom. I hope y'all have a blessed Shabbat, a blessed weekend. Be safe out there.
Yeah.
Close up till the close up. That's all I got.
All praise, honor, and great glory is unto our God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. This your boy T-Book, young lion coming with the thunder. We got enough. We're going to close it up. But look here, to our brothers and sisters in the faith, we salute you. Once again, we got a lot of coming up.
Right.
Hey, we getting ready for the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Our first feast day together as a family.
Right.
Hey, Order Melchizedek Ministry is going to be in the building. Don't forget, we trying to get this Hebrew Israelite Expo together.
Right.
We got a lot of things coming up. And once again, anybody that's going to be in Memphis during the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you want to get at us, hit us up on the Facebook Messenger, and we'll give you the time and the place and for the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Hit him up on the Sector of the Nazarene.
7. Yes, sir. Sector of the
Nazarene 7. You can hit me up on my Gmail account at truehebrew02@gmail.com. You can hit me up on my Facebook, Terrence Butler. You can hit me up on What the Book Say radio page or Facebook Messenger. Right. We would be glad and be happy to see our family, to fellowship with us. We got some folks already in the committee coming from out of town. We're gonna be getting down and meeting our brothers and sisters of the faith. and we just want to show love, spread love, and put in this business.
Right.
So hey, if you want to be a part of the Order Melchizedek ministry, get at us. Right. But once again, happy Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom, and to our brothers and sisters in the faith, we salute you. Order Melchizedek round here,
right.
And we out.
Shalom.